Kuma arrives at Luffy's village, but why? Is he after Makino or is he going after Shanks' favorite bar? Kuma is erased out of his memory. Kuma is turned into cyborg. Kuma has to serve as a warlord of the sea. Chapter 1100 of One Piece breaks our heart, but we see Kizaru dancing and party now that is something to look forward into the anime. Welcome back to Ryota, and today we are here to break down One Piece chapter 1100 for you. But first, please consider subscribing to support small anime channel like us. This will inspire us to keep posting better content for you guys. First of all, kudos to Oda Sensei for crossing the mark of 1100 chapters of One Piece manga. There are hardly any anime which have crossed this mark, so let's celebrate together. This chapter is called Thank You Boni. From the title of the chapter, we know that this will continue to break our heart. The cover photo of this chapter is Usopp is looking at Sanji while he is chopping some vegetable. Usopp remembers Linen, Painen and Tamane while he is looking at the vegetable. The chapter starts where the last one ended. Let me warn you, the timeline will be a bit messed up for this chapter, so I will give you a heads up when it actually takes place. After Punk Hazard incident, Dr. Vegapunk moved to Egghead Island. Being new here, he didn't realize Zenton Mushi were placed before he arrived. Kuma went to visit Dr. Vegapunk as Sen Saturn wanted to talk to Dr. Vegapunk, but the scam happened and Sen Saturn figured out about so-called illegal deal that was happening between Kuma and Dr. Vegapunk. Now, Big Brain Saturn allowed it to happen for certain conditions, and this is that. Number 1, Kuma has to go through a surgery and become a human cyborg. Number 2, Kuma has to become a Shichibukai, a warlord of the sea. As the previous one has defeated by Ace, finally we are getting some more backstory of Ace here. Number 3, and Kuma's memory must be erased after the surgery has been completed. Vegapunk being furious about this, complaining that erasing someone's mind is same as killing them. But Sen Saturn, being the devil himself, doesn't give a damn about a big brain Dr. Vegapunk. Also, a video about the Gorosei devil fruits, which are based on yokai are born from nightmares and not from dreams, will be coming out next week, so do subscribe if you want to follow along with that video too. Now, as our boy Kuma is a guy with the biggest heart, he agreed to all the terms and was crying in the happiness just to save her daughter Bonnie. This has to be one of the saddest backstory in for real. My boy lost her wife, nearly kills himself trying to save everyone who needs help, and now will be turned into marine cyborg who will also be erased of any memories. But hold on, this is not where agreement gets over. Vegapunk explained that Bonnie's surgery will take 6 months and after she must get rest for 1 year before she can go outside. On the other hand, Kuma's surgery will take 2 years. Saturn said Bonnie will be their hostage. If Bonnie is cured, there is a risk that Kuma may run away with her. So after 6 months treat, Bonnie must be in world government custody for 1 year. The world government will erase Bonnie after Vegapunk erases Kuma's mind. And to prevent them from running away together, Kuma won't be allowed to meet Bonnie never again after her 6 months treatment. Kuma agreed to Saturn's conditions, but in exchange, he asked to send Bonnie at Sorbet Kingdom after the 6-month treatment to prevent her from knowing the truth about this deal. Saturn agreed. When Sabo said in the throne room that this is hell, he was completely right about it. There is a popular theory on how a devil fruit merges with a person after a certain amount of time. I believe that the Gorosei, being alive for over 800 years, the devil fruits of yokai nightmare fruits took over their personality. I made a full video on it, subscribe now to watch it. After 6 months, Bonnie's surgery ended, so she was brought back to Sorbet Kingdom where Coney and others welcomed her. But the medical rim were all government agents. Their leader was a CP8 agent named Alpha. Kuma said goodbye to Bonnie with his last words to her. Bonnie just laughed since she didn't know she will never see Kuma again. Kuma, being a worshipper of sun god Nika, someone who believes in freedom and joy, turned into someone who has to lose his memory and daughter. Now the time period changes. Now we are back when Luffy is yet to set sail and Kobe is on Alvida's ship. Kuma, after being transformed into a cyborg, has set sail and now being called Kuma the Triumph. If you have seen my breakdown of last video, you know who named him that. Subscribe for following up on other videos. We see Kuma's ship and now Kuma is a warlord of the sea. In the last page of the chapter, we see Luffy running away from the tiger, calling it a mad cow. Kuma arrives at Fusha village looking for a drink. After whatever happened, I believe he very badly needed a drink, and that's my theory. Lastly, Kuma gets an order from the world government and we don't actually get to see in this chapter. No break next week. I know you enjoyed the depressing chapter. I hope not, because the backstory of Kuma is one of the best Oda Sensei has written in all of the series. And that's what we expect of popular characters like Kuma. That's all of today. I hope you enjoy the content and see you in the next video if you just subscribe now.